I know when I was taking my memory class, they were talking about how sleep affects your memory. I can't really remember what they talked about. No, I'm kidding.
Because you didn't sleep after that thing. AdventFit is a podcast that has a holistic approach to physical, spiritual, and mental well-being. In each episode, we share productive ways to live a healthier and happier lifestyle. Unlike other podcasts in this space, AdventFit gives you a comprehensive approach to fitness without the fluff for the everyday Christian. Welcome to the very first ASMR AdventFit episode. This is a sleep episode, but don't sleep on this episode. Nah, I'm just playing. It was once said, stop your nonsense. Stop your nonsense.
What happened? I thought we were sleeping for this podcast.
No, we're not sleeping for this podcast. It was once said that sleep is a cousin of death, but actually, the lack of sleep is the cousin of death.
That's sleep and death. Well, the Bible likes to compare death to like a sleep.
Yeah, but death is a longer sleep. Sleep is anyway. It's sleep.
Death is a longer sleep.
That's what the Bible. Doesn't the Bible say?
Well, the Bible tries to compare death to like a sleep because like when you're asleep, you're not conscious of your surroundings and stuff like that. And also, you when you go to sleep, you eventually wake up.
Yeah.
And then with
but
Christ,
if you believe in God, you'll be waking up later.
Yeah, you will wake up in the resurrection.
Exactly.
From your death.
Exactly. But this non-death sleep, which we're talking about in this episode.
What kind of sleep are you talking about in this episode?
Which is the sleep that we want, a regular sleep that you sleep every single night. You don't die every single night. Oh,
but you die daily.
You die to self. The spiritual aspect. But adults need at least 7 hours of sleep a night.
I thought people said 8.
Yeah, 8 is better. But it's
you need at least
seven. At least 7. School-age kids need 9 to 12 hours of sleep. And teenagers
That's a lot of
they do
12 hours of sleep.
I keep telling my kids
some
that
hardcore stuff.
They need definitely much longer than adults. And then teens need 8 to 10 hours of sleep each night.
Wow, this is crazy. I didn't know teens needed more than 8 hours.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah.
I thought everybody across the board was 8 hours. Period. Besides babies.
Only adults need 8 hours. Everyone else needs more sleep.
Okay.
And don't worry about not falling asleep right away. Rebecca Robbins, who is a sleep specialist instructor in Harvard, says the well-rested person does not sleep immediately. They sleep 15 minutes or so after going to bed.
Sometimes I'd be going to bed and
you fall asleep immediately.
It takes a long time. Sometimes.
Oh yeah. So if that's you, we're gonna help you on this podcast.
All right.
Yeah. Sleep is very important to your life. Sleep is the submit button. I once had my students create a vision board where they had a collage of all the healthy activities that they would do during the school year. Mm-hmm. I told them that not sleeping is the same thing as creating the vision board without gluing the pictures to the board. Once you lift it up, everything falls off. It's the same way with sleep. Oh, you don't understand?
No, I'm trying to see where you're going with this.
Yeah, so it's the same way with sleep. You can do so many healthy activities, but if you don't get enough sleep, you won't get any or much benefits.
You're saying that like sleep helps to solidify what you're building up in your life.
It's the glue. A study published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal showed that sleep deprivation is directly related to the inability to lose weight.
Sleep and losing weight are connected.
Definitely connected, yes. If you're exercising, eating right, and not sleeping, it's going to be hard for you to lose weight.
Wow, okay.
And research shows that after just 24 hours of sleep deprivation, there's an overall reduction of 6% in glucose reaching the brain, which means you get dumber. So sleeping, not sleeping, will not only...
Are you sleepier than a 5th grader?
What'd you say?
Are you sleepier than a 5th grader?
Are you sleepier? That could be a new show. I
was watching one show talking. I think it was called like Awake or something like that. I know there's a bunch of.
Yeah.
But it's a game show.
Right?
A game show. Yeah. I know there's another drama show about
called
Awake,
where
people would every time they go to sleep they wake up in another universe. But anyway, that's not.
I might check that out. That sounds like a good show.
But I was talking about the Awake TV show where
reality
game show where people would be sleep deprived and they would have to try to do normal or easy, I should say, not normal, but easy activities and compete in games. But because everybody's super tired, is it's extremely hard to accomplish these tasks because you're tired.
Yeah, and that's actually a dangerous game because
and you have to do, and it's also memory too because you have to try to remember how much money you counted.
Yeah,
so it's like if you want to win the money, you have to remember how much money you counted, but because you're so tired, you may not even remember.
Yeah, and a study published by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine found that poor sleep quality was equal to binge drinking and marijuana use in determining academic performance. So the study reported that college students who are poor sleepers were much more likely to earn worse grades and even drop out of the classes than their healthy sleeping peers. So not sleeping affects a lot of your life.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because it's like a bad habit that's just being reflected in all areas of your life.
Yeah. Not only does it affect your weight and your performance, but it is dangerous to your health. Studies have shown that just one night of sleep deprivation can make you as insulin resistant as a person with type 2 diabetes.
Insulin
resistant as a person with type 2 diabetes. So just one night of not sleeping can make you like someone who has type 2 diabetes.
So if you already have diabetes and you're not sleeping, you're really messing yourself up.
You're on the next level. Like, it's not good. Get your sleep. Other studies show that sleep deprivation encourages cancer, Alzheimer's, depression, and even heart disease. So not sleeping is detrimental, very detrimental for your health. You definitely need to get your sleep.
Wow, that's it's such a simple solution.
Yeah.
Like to sleep is a simple solution to help you avoid many of these things.
Yeah, you often hear I sleep when I'm dead, but that's not good. If you're not sleeping, you'll be dead sooner, and your performance in everything in life and your health, your well-being will be affected. We talked about catabolic and anabolic in the previous episode. Catabolic breaks you down, and anabolic builds you up. Sleep is known to be in an elevated anabolic state, heightening the growth and rejuvenation of the immune, skeletal, and muscular systems.
So sleep is building you up.
Yeah, basically sleep rebuilds you and keeps you youthful.
Wow. So if you're trying to build muscle, then you want to get some sleep.
If you want to build muscle, lose weight, do good in your test, be happy, everything, you need your sleep. Sleep is vital to your health.
So sleep is going to affect every aspect of your life, your physical, your mental, emotional well-being, as well, I believe, as your spiritual.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bible talks about taking sometimes even a day of rest.
That's why God made the Sabbath for rest. A rest from your chores. You're not sleeping the whole day, but you can sleep longer. Yeah.
But here's the thing, I mean, don't miss church now.
You're not going to miss church. You're not going to miss church. It's churches that, but some churches need to start a little bit late. They have these super early churches.
5 a.m. church. But also, if you think about it, God created a daily cycle, right? Yeah. Where the sun would set and a new day would begin, right? And then the sun would rise. Mm-hmm. But they didn't have like the ability in the Garden of Eden to be just chilling at night watching Netflix or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Once the sun set, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna sleep.
Yeah.
So basically, God is in the natural order of things is that God provided us with ample amount of time to rest each and every day.
Exactly.
And a lot of times if you're sleep deprived, it's gonna affect your ability to really connect with God, because if you don't get enough rest, you wake up late. Next you know, you don't even have your personal devotions. And then sometimes your mind is groggy and you're not connecting with God in a proper way.
Yeah, and you'll feel more angry and you won't connect with people. You won't want to do your routine and your devotions, right? All that stuff. So sleep affects every aspect of your life. Sleep is a submit button. So if you're doing healthy things, it's going to help submit those things.
The submit button, not the snooze button.
The submit button, yes. And high quality sleep fortifies your immune system, balances your hormones, boosts your metabolism, increases your physical energy, and improves the function of your brain. Sleep is so important to your life. People overlook it, but it's really, really, really important.
I know when I was taking my memory class, they were talking about how sleep affects your memory. I can't really remember what they talked about. No, I'm kidding.
Because you didn't sleep after that thing.
No, but what they were saying is that sleep helps with your memory. So instead of trying to study, and you skip out on sleep, and next thing you know, you sleep only a little bit, and then the next day you take in the test, that is a perfect way for you to forget so much. I tell
my students that as well. If you're going to study, make sure you study ahead of time, or study for an hour each day ahead of time, and then when it's time for the test, make sure you sleep. Don't stay up and sleep, so you can remember everything that you studied.
And then what they were saying was that that those hours of sleep helps for short-term memory to be transferred over to long-term memory.
Yes, exactly. So let's talk about some tips for you to get quality sleep. We will discuss 5 tips that can help you get some quality sleep. Tip number 1, get sunlight in the morning.
So sunlight helps you to go to sleep?
I'll let you know right now. Sunlight in the morning, so you're not going to sleep in the morning unless you work the night shift, which is not really good.
So soaking in some sun early in the day helps you to sleep at night.
Yes, what you do in the morning helps you at night.
Wow. So
sunlight triggers your body to produce optimal levels of daytime hormones and neurotransmitters that regulate your biological clock. Too little exposure during the day and too much artificial light in the evening will negatively affect your ability to sleep well at night. One of the most vital compounds affected by light exposure is the powerful neurotransmitter serotonin. And serotonin is commonly known to help bring about feelings of happiness and well-being. Serotonin production is influenced by your diet, activity level, and the amount of natural sunlight that you get. So what you do in the morning helps you at night. So getting sunlight in the morning will help you at night.
Wow.
And especially during the morning. I think the times that they said which is best to get sunlight is from 6 to 8 a.m.? I'm not sure about that.
Really?
I think that's what I read. Yeah, from 6 to 8 a.m. is the best time to get sun. Tip number 2, be cool. I mean, I'm already cool.
Cool.
But let me explain that. Studies have found that optimal room temperature for sleep is really quite cool at around 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything too far above or below this range will likely cause some difficulty sleeping. So sleep in a cool room around 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
I feel like if I'm too cold in a room, that it's going to be harder to go to bed.
That works out for me because I love being in a cold room. I hate the heat. So 60, 68, that's what I normally do. So that works for me.
Sometimes I'm in such a hot room when I'm sleeping, I wake up, it's like drenched.
Oh, yeah. So this is not good to sleep in a hot room. So even when it's cold outside, I crack the windows. Yeah. My room gets really, really hot. So
you get that fresh air.
Yeah. Tip number 3, go to bed at the right time. It's been shown that human beings get the most beneficial hormonal secretions and recovery by sleeping during the hours of 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Also going to bed at the same time every day. Even the weekends is beneficial. It might be hard to keep that up on the weekends because, you're doing stuff. But going to bed at the same time every single day is beneficial. Also, waking up the same time every single day is also beneficial. So going to bed and waking up at the same time.
That consistency, I think, plays a big factor. So even if, let's say, you cannot go to sleep from 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Right? Then even if you can't go to sleep at 10 p.m. each night, because let's say maybe you work late at night.
But if you're getting any of those hours, it's really good.
Yeah.
But if you work late at night, it gets you have to go, yeah.
If you're working late at night and you're not available during those hours, then at least being consistent with your time will help you.
Yeah. And that brings us to tip number 4. Sleep in total darkness. So if you're afraid of the dark, I don't know. I'm sorry for you, but it's best to sleep in total darkness. The boogeyman comes when it's light.
So what about the little night light there?
That's not good for you. Not good for you at all.
I actually do think, because like sometimes you have like your clock.
Yeah.
And your clock is emitting like a red little light.
And I have my Wi-Fi too. My Wi-Fi has all these different lights. I block it with my pillows.
It's so annoying, like, because I plug in my phone and then like you just see like a little light, because one of my chargers has like a blue light on it.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying because like I just see that blue light at the corner of my eye.
And having light sources of any type in your bedroom can disrupt your sleep patterns. And even using an eye mask is not going to be 100% effective for most people. Did you know that your skin actually has receptors that can pick up light?
Interesting. Just soaking up sun just like that?
No, I'm saying if you're trying to go to sleep
and
there's light in the room, like your skin can pick up the light in the room. So it's best to sleep in total darkness. So researchers at Brown University discovered that skin cells also make rhodopsin, a light-sensitive chemical found in the retina. If there's light in your bedroom, your body is picking it up and sending messages to your brain and organs that can interfere with your sleep. Now, the last tip, which is important, is avoid screens before bedtime. Researchers at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston found that the use of light-emitting devices in the hours before bedtime can adversely impact overall health, alertness, and the circadian clock that synchronizes the daily rhythm of sleep. In the study, nighttime iPad readers took longer to fall asleep, felt less sleepy at night, and had shorter REM sleep compared to test subjects who were assigned to read regular printed books. The iPad readers also secreted less melatonin, which, as you know, has a huge impact on sleep quality. What's really valid to note is that they were also more tired than the book readers the following day, even if both got a full 8 hours of sleep. Make sure that you're not using any screens at least 1 hour before bedtime. And if you are, which is not the best thing, you can use blue light glasses. So you can use that even before you turn off your devices. Like maybe an hour before you turn off your devices, you have blue light glasses. But it's best to not have any devices at least an hour before bedtime.
Gotcha.
And finally, what also helps for sleep and life in general is exercise, diet, and meditation. But don't exercise before bed, and don't eat too close to bedtime either. But you can meditate anytime. It's actually a part of my nighttime routine.
Well, if you haven't fallen asleep by this episode,
this is not a boring episode.
Then please go to AdventFit.org to check out the rest of our podcast. If you want to follow our social media accounts, go to WayneJamel.com to find mine.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Woke. That's WHOKE.
And until next time, I'm Wayne Jamel.
And I'm C. Jeffrey White. And this C is for Catch Some Z's. Follow these tips and your body will be pleased. And we'll see you next week, folks. Trying to eat the whole pear.
If you enjoyed this episode, why don't you click the like button
and the notification bell?
Ding!
And if you really liked it, please share this episode with someone close to you.
But before you do that, subscribe to AdventFit.
Exactly.